Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Capricorn for February, including January 2023. So Capricorn, we've moved out of your first house, so you are now in your second house, which is the house of values, your self-value, your finances, everything that you value, and it's about sort of maybe doing a bit of spring clean of your values. So we are in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, so it's very much an element of air, so it could be a bit windy, a bit gusty, lots of communication, lots of things, you know, moving around all over the place like we do on a windy day. It's that kind of an element, so just hang on to your hat. Okay, the energy around, let's quickly do this. And the energy around is new beginnings, new journeys, brand new journey, brand new you. So starting a new book, if you like. So nice card, major card too, so it's a big deal, as it always is with the major cards, Capricorn. New jobs, all that sort of thing, anything that's brand new and unknown to you. Now you're going to be going in and learning all these new things with the Fool. Okay, where you are right now, Capricorn. A bit sad, bit of grief coming through, or brokenheartedness, sadness. It pops up just so that and that is how grief works. It just kind of cycles in and out. It's like waves. It just comes and then it goes, and it hits hard most of the time because it comes out of nowhere sometimes. And the best antidote for grief is just to go through it, swallow it, don't avoid it, because the more you avoid it, it sort of piles up like rubbish. And it's just, you know, you've got to get to the bottom of. So this is where you are at, whatever that sadness or brokenheartedness can be from you. You're separated from your family, you could be living in a new place, you could be all these many different things where you feel a bit sad about what was, but you're on a new journey now, so that's all right. But remember to feel it, don't run away from it, because it chases you. Okay, so let's see what's brought grief in there, influence-wise, and indeed will influence the reading. The Knight of Swords, so he comes in out of nowhere, expect the unexpected. Now, I think I remember, Capricorn, you got this card for December reading. And something comes in out of nowhere, and you just suddenly, everything's disrupted, your whole way of being, your life. It's like having a new job, you know, everything that you knew is now gone, and you're in this situation, and you think, oh my God, I feel so disrupted, I feel so sort of, and it's air, so it's like you just feel discombobulated, not quite, you're still kind of trying to settle in the new phase that you're in, Capricorn. So don't worry so much, just realise it'll take a little time just to settle in and do what it is that you have to adapt to, what the new circumstances are, whatever they may be for you. Let's have a look at December, January. The Chariot, so movement, a lot of movement. Maybe you travelled, you went away, you went somewhere else. There was a lot of movement with the Chariot. Maybe you moved states, you moved jobs, whatever. But yeah, and a lot of self-discipline required with the Chariot. He, another major card, he only comes along when we need to learn emotional discipline. And obviously, because there's been a bit of disturbance and turbulence here of moving or doing new things, that, you know, you just sort of have to literally start again and go, okay, discipline, get up, go do my things, get my jobs done, you know, make everything that you want to achieve be achieved for yourself with that emotional discipline, because that will carry you through. It's an amazing tool to have, just making yourself sort of discipline into all this new. I feel like there's a lot of new stuff for you, Capricorn, and that's good. Recent influences, yeah, a little bit discontent emotionally, just like, oh, this is not, I don't really like this feeling emotionally. I feel a bit, oh, it's just not right. I feel a bit sort of isolated, and I've got everything, but I'm missing something. But this is just transient, Capricorn. It won't last long. It's just that sort of bit of moment in time where you just think, oh, I should be so grateful. However, emotionally, I'm a bit on the deficit side. I just can't see the joy, but that's okay. You just, once again, like grief, you just have to sort of live with it and realize, okay, it'll be better. It will move on and it will get better. And, you know, remind yourself of all the good things you have got. First world problem, really, we could often say with the Four of Cups, because we've got everything, but we're still left wanting for more and more and more, and that doesn't fill the hole either, does it? Okay, so let's see the lesson. The High Priestess, so beautiful card. Keeping your counsel to yourself, keeping, you know, private things private. Whatever you're feeling like, you don't have to share it with everyone. There could be secrets coming out. Beware of this with the High Priestess. She's very intuitive, so trust your feelings, how you feel about things, Capricorn. Because come, I think, February, March, which is Pisces, so she governs Pisces, so this will all come through. It's a highly intuitive time as well, so your feelings really do count, and it's about getting in touch with them, and just, you don't have to talk to people about them. It's very much a very private time, about trusting your feelings 100% rather than listening to the noise that sometimes comes out of our heads. Beautiful card though. Near future, and we have on, do I hang on to this experience or do I let go? Or relationship therefore as well, you know, do I hang on, do I let go? Well, you let go, because you never know where it's going to go, and if you hang on, you just seem to be besieged, and it's a burden. It's like something you're always hanging on too tightly to, and you can't enjoy what's there in front of you. It's about living in the now. But also with money, because you're in your value time, you'll probably be, and Capricorns are very much earth people, they're concerned with material wealth and success, and that's just how they are. So, you know, just keeping an eye on your money and what you value, and saving, and, you know, doing all those kind of things to your liking, especially in this 4 weeks, because you are in your house of values, and how you value yourself comes right at the top of the list too, Capricorn. So if you get some self-doubt, you'll know it's just, I guess, the universe reminding us that, you know, we have to, what are our values, what really sits well with me and what doesn't. Get rid of what doesn't and keep what does. What's happening that you don't realise? Someone coming back from the past. Disappointment in an emotional relationship once upon a time, and it still sort of sits with you. And that person too also perhaps feels that things should be said, or maybe not be said, but you just feel that after a disappointment there's no moving forward, but there always is. But it's just about, and it could be related to that grief feeling that you feel at the moment. You maybe feel alone, or you're missing somebody incredibly, but that too has got more to it than meets the eye. So just acknowledge that, and yes, take your responsibility in that relationship. And then usually it's one that breaks down and that people just split off and never really resolve, actually. So it's always just swinging there like a pendulum. So that is what you're not realising, that you've got to realise. Well, it will come at you because it's in your value system as well, in your emotional stuff. maybe you had a fight with someone, a disagreement, and the air's still a bit thick. Well, just, you know, sort of move on. There's still more to come. You can mend that fence. How others see you. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, destiny. Really having arrived, Capricorn. You have arrived when you get the Wheel of Fortune. It is destiny saying, well, this is your opportunity. Grab it and run with it. Don't miss it, because this card doesn't come up very often. So it's just on your path, so grab it. Use it to your best advantage this year with this new beginning. Of course, there's things that, you know, adapting and new things, new world, new life, but you've got such a great opportunity. You just have to run with that, because it's rare. It rarely comes by. Positive feelings. The Knight of Cups. So this is a young guy, and he's in love with the idea of love, and he brings the flowers, he brings the chocolates. But the actual story about him is he's just in love with that idea of himself, and he has to sort of mature a little bit. Also, it can mean if this, and it's positive, so this could be somebody, you know, a relationship that's been wonderful till now, but now it's like, oh, now we're back in reality. It's about, whereas the Knight of Cups can be sort of a tad unrealistic, you know, it's just very romantic, and it's all Hollywood, you know, Disneyland sort of vibes, but it doesn't kind of exist in our reality, does it? And I think you're realising that, but that's okay as well. Capricorn, any offers coming through to you, someone might offer you something, just be a bit hesitant and maybe wait for a bit before you take up offers. There's better things coming on later on, because this one can be a bit tricky. He's not mature enough to sort of, it's just like, oh, I had this spontaneous idea, why don't we do this? And yeah, it's not really thought through enough yet. Later, perhaps. You've got enough going on anyway, Capricorn, without sort of jumping in everywhere with all these other business things, you know, emotional stories. Okay, so outcome. And we end with the Hermit, so the wise Hermit. So really standing back. By the time we get to mid-February, you'll be sort of standing back. You'll be feeling a lot more earthed. You'll be just getting on with what you're doing well, but really focusing on the goals that you want. And it's very much a individual card, so it's almost like you take yourself away from the noise and everything, and you just focus on what it is that you want to achieve. Just listening to your own wisdom, really, or listening to your own intuition. But yeah, just sort of having to stand back a bit and not involved. You're just observing is what's happening. Another good card. So you've got a few big cards, good, all brilliant. So just go forth. Right, your message, Capricorn, is renunciation. Give up all ideas about yourself and simply be. There is a great difference between struggling in life and loving life. The practice of renunciation, or voluntarily letting go, will help you end this struggle and make loving life possible. For when you are not struggling, you can give your all to have all you have, to love, to dream, to be who you truly are, and to everything that you do wholeheartedly. Nice card. Have a great month, Capricorn, and thank you very much for listening.